Last night on Monday Night Raw, the McMahons and Triple H came out to deliver a nice and lovely message to the WWE Universe. A message we've probably heard before. It sounds quite familiar. And that is that they're going to go out there and they are going to start listening to the WWE Universe some more. Clearly, they're having some more ratings problems if they're listening to us. But if there's one thing I think they should listen to us, and it should probably be at the top of their list, besides the fact that everybody wants the Attitude Era back, and granted, we are never getting that kind of era back. I mean, you just can't say 90% of the things those guys said back in the day without, even on Twitter, without the entire world blowing up. So good luck with that one happening. But how about properly using the talent? I think that's what they're doing wrong here. There's a lot of misuse of talent. I see a lot of people agreeing on it. I mean, Smackdown's treated like a minor league system. Fox didn't just pay for a minor league show. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it seems like all the talent you get from Smackdown, from NXT, anything, they send it all to Raw and then they go and bury it under a pile of dirt and you never hear from them again. I'm going to give you guys a couple examples so you know what I'm talking about here. Let's start with MVP. MVP, honestly, was one of my childhood favorites, and that's the reason I'm bringing it up. Not a modern example, but more of, a decade or so ago. But he had all these big rivalries. He was going up against Chris Benoit. He was going up against Kane. He was going up against Matt Hardy. There was fantastic rivalries to watch. And it's crazy to think, I think I'd rather see any of them rivalries again over anything that Raw's pumped out in the last year. But it was one of those cases where he almost organically went from heel turned into face because of how, respected he had become on SmackDown by the people watching SmackDown. He kind of earned his way into that main event type tier of superstar on SmackDown. And then you see him get drafted to Monday Night Raw and they throw him into mid-carder matches that nobody watches. Next thing you know, he's tag teaming with Mark Henry and he's asking to be released by WWE because they're not even using him. Today's prime example, Bray Wyatt. I am still in disarray with the whole Bray Wyatt thing. Bray Wyatt should be a WWE champion right now, or he should have been at some point in the last year. That Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton rivalry, again, I'll bring it up like the MVP thing, was a better rivalry than anything Raw's put together over the last year. And honestly, I never was this diehard Bray Wyatt type of guy. He earned my respect. I thought he became a fantastic heel, probably the best heel on SmackDown at that time. And then what happens? They draft him to Monday Night Raw, and again, he just disappears. I mean, they tried to make something happen with that Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt thing. That was an epic fail, but it's just another example. He should have been a champion. He should be that number one heel on SmackDown right now. It was like a little Kevin Owens Bray Wyatt swap, which was just terrible. But I mean, that's what you expect to happen when you have Brock Lesnar holding your title all the time. When the number one guy is that, everybody else just gets thrown under the rocks. The way I look at it, WWE cares so much about Monday Night Raw that they're essentially just bringing over talent from NXT, from SmackDown, wherever you want to say. They're bringing it to Raw, and then they're not using it. They're thinking, oh, these guys are so popular on these other shows, we'll just go throw them in a mid-carder match against Doink the Cloud. I'm sure the fans will still love them in a year. But no, they're slowly just losing all that publicity, all that push they had because of what they're doing with them. And like I said, the same can be said about NXT as they can SmackDown. Fans love NXT, probably the most popular WWE show going around right now. And these superstars have all the fan support in the world, all the push, all the clout, whatever you want to call it, that they need when they get caught up to these Raw rosters or these SmackDown rosters, and they just get thrown in the back of the bus like, oh, you're up here now, but you got to start in the back and earn your way to the top. Like, no, they already earned themselves all this publicity, all this notoriety. You got to use them before it just slowly diminishes and they become irrelevant again, which is what seems to happen. They push their way into these main event statuses, and then WWE buries them, they become irrelevant, and then it's hard to push them back into where they started when they already had all that built up in the first place. I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. I got to start using these guys' superstars' talents a lot better when they start getting caught up to the roster. Otherwise, let me know what you guys are thinking. Hopefully that you want to see in SmackDown and Raw and NXT, since they are supposedly listening to us now. We'll see what you guys want to hear as well. As always, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.